It's your girl back for another video. Taisha Brown here, career coach, where I empower you to economic success. Thank y'all for coming back to join me for another episode. You know how I do. So if you are new to the channel, you just, kind of like found this video and you're like, I don't know what this is about. I don't know what this girl about. This girl right here is going to drop all kind of jewels for you in regards to career, traveling, what have you. You landed at the right place. So go ahead and do me a favor. Hit that subscribe button, like, and share. Because in this video, I am going to talk to you about what I wish I'd known before my freshman year of college. Yes. So many of you probably already know your girl went to the University of Alabama. You can see that right now. I got that old way on there with that old elephant. Come on now, come through. Come through. Yes. Roll Tide Roll. I know you hear it. You hear the wave? We roll it. Yes. Don't hate. Anyhow, Roll Tide, University of Alabama. If you don't know what Roll Tide means, the University of Alabama. Yes. So I'm gonna share a few things that I wish I had known. So the first thing that I wish I had known is that it's okay to not have it all figured out. Sometimes we have our lives planned out like we think they're going to be. I have something to tell you, folks. It probably is not going to end up the way you think it's gonna be. I remember as a child, I just knew I was gonna be a medical doctor. I'm not a medical doctor, So just be okay with that. Just know that you don't have to have it all figured out freshman year. You don't have to. Now, when you get to going into your junior and senior year, yeah, you're going to have things mapped out a little bit more than that, because you don't need to be changing your major from this, that, and the third. I'd always recommend going in undecided unless you just know for a fact, Going undecided your freshman year. Explore. Not with drugs, not with sex, but explore different disciplines. I mean, academic disciplines. I should be really clear about that. I don't mean morally reprehensible things. Okay? Yeah, I hope we're clear on that. The second thing is to get outside of your comfort zone. You're going to hear me say on this channel to get outside of your comfort zone quite a bit. That is something that I wish I had known years ago. To just be comfortable being uncomfortable. It's okay to be uncomfortable. You grow in uncomfortness. So get uncomfortable, get outside of your comfort zone. Start meeting people that you typically wouldn't hang out with. I think that's another thing, but I'm going to mesh it all together. It doesn't matter. Meet people that you typically do not hang out with. It's not your core group of friends. Because sometimes you will not be going to college with your friends from high school. Many times you're just dumped into a new environment, totally new environment with a whole bunch of new people that you have to get to know. So just be okay with being uncomfortable. Get outside of your comfort zone and meet new people. You're going to gain new experiences that are just going to make you a better and more broader person. So before you're good. Another thing is to join student organizations. Sometimes when people say, oh, join student organization, you must be talking about a fraternity or a sorority. Not necessarily. You can opt to join those type of organizations. There's nothing wrong with it. I just want you, if you do those type of organizations, just make sure that you're doing it for the right reason. It's for the community service aspect. Of course, any sorority or fraternity is going to involve some type of socialization, but make sure you're just not doing it to go to all the cool parties or to be the it girl or the cool guy that you have your heart in the right place in terms of the reasoning behind you joining a fraternity or a sorority. What type of value are you going to provide to the community by way of joining this fraternity or sorority? That includes your school, your community within that your school is within, the population, etc. Even your fraternity or sorority, what type of value are you going to provide that organization and the members within it? So if you do decide to go that route, do it for the right reason. I've seen many people do it for the wrong reason. Just don't let that be you. Sororities and fraternities have the opportunity for you to develop some really, really good leadership skills within them. So if you do join, just don't be a member. Get a leadership position. Vie for that leadership position. And that's something also I was going to talk about the student organizations. If you're going to join a student organization, don't just be a member. Be a leader. Be a leader within those organizations. It can be SGA, it can be Black Student Council, what have you. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what organization, just take a leadership role within it. And the reason being, you can put that on your resume and it's going to look good in terms of careers. You have done a leadership role. You led this project with this many people on the committee. We got this type of monetary value. You see where I'm going with this? All this stuff is resume building material, okay? It's me to the next one. They're kind of all intertwined. You will see that. It's to, even if you decide to join fraternity a fraternity or a sorority or another student organization, make sure that you also, in addition, join an organization that is associated with your major. By doing this, again, it's good for career sake. If you are in the psychology club and you know you want to go to graduate school and get your doctorate degree in psychology, building the network within that psychology club, you never know where people are going to be later on in their life. And the other thing is, with that psychology club, maybe, just maybe, your professor will ask you to sit in on some special project, contribute to a textbook he or she may be writing, anything like that, and your name will be included. So that's a positive for your career, folks. No, there's another one that I kind of got wrapped up in my freshman year. Freshman year, it was every Thursday you go to the club. Yeah, went to the club. I got wrapped up in that. So if you didn't go to the club, you was, you weren't cool, right? So I was like, okay, I got to go to the club, even though I had class at 8 o'clock class the next day because it was a Friday. I had Monday, Wednesday, Friday class. So guess what? I missed a lot of classes. I missed a lot of classes because I was partying, hanging out, trying to be cool or whatever. No go. If you want to go to a party or two, that's cool. But make sure you know what your priorities are. Your priorities are for you to get an education. I'm not saying you can't have fun, but prioritize. What is your main priority? You're spending a lot of money, or your parents are spending a lot of money. Somebody's spending a lot of money to send you to college. So make sure you're utilizing their funds wisely. You don't want nobody burning your money. So just remember that. It leads me to another thing. Another thing is when you're working with your academic advisor in terms of planning your classes, or nowadays I don't even know if the academic advisor do a whole lot from what I can see. I don't know. Back in my day, it was different. So this was in the 2000s, earlier than this decade. But anywho, work with your academic advisor. If you're not a morning person, don't sit up there and get no 8 o'clock class Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and for your Tuesday, Thursday class. Come on. You're setting yourself up for failure. You need to set yourself up for success. Be successful. Come on. I'm taking rocket scientists for all that now. But anywho, and that's another thing. You have two options in terms of your classes. You have Monday, Wednesday, Friday, or Tuesday, Thursday classes. So maybe you want to work full time. So maybe you want to load all your classes on Tuesday and Thursdays. You have to figure out what works best for you. So make sure you look at that when you're scheduling your classes. And make sure you're full time. Try to do 15 hours if you can. 15 in the fall, 15 in the spring. If you want to do the summer, that's all good and dandy. If you don't, you still got your 30 hours, so you'll be a sophomore the next year. If you do go summer school, guess what? You're gonna accelerate the rate in which you will graduate. So I always encourage summer school if you can afford it, if you can manage to do it. Do it. If it's just taking 6 hours each summer, it's going to add up. It's really, really personal for me, and I'm gonna share it anyway. This one is, I really wish I knew not to let your friends influence you. And I know like college feels like an extension of high school, and for me it really felt like that. So sometimes I wanted to do things and my friend group did not, and I let that person influence me. Like, okay, since so-and-so don't want to do it, I'm not gonna do it. Since so-and-so have these negative thoughts, I'm gonna have these negative thoughts. You know, so make sure you stay true to yourself and don't let anyone have any negative influences on you. Kind of piggybacks off of another one that I talked about earlier, but if you're in a dorm, which typically freshman year you are gonna be in a dorm, depending upon the school, but socialize with the people in your dorm, in the building, on your floor, with your roommate. I know people that did not even talk to their roommate. I'm like, what? Talk to your roommate, build a relationship with people, because again, you never know where these people are gonna be in 4, 5, 10 years from now. You're gonna need a job. They may be the president, they may be the hiring manager, they may know somebody that knows somebody that knows somebody to get you that job. So build a relationship with people. It's not going to harm you to build a relationship with people, a genuine relationship, not a, hey, I want to get something from you relationship. So build a relationship, and with building a relationship, eventually will come build trust. So, you know, if you get some bad vibes or something, you need to act accordingly, you know. Because, you know, I'm just saying. But genuinely, everybody in there, they're pretty good. But again, you have those outliers. So just be aware of that too. If you have any issue, you can always go to your RA, which is typically your first line. You go to your RA, and they will handle any issues that you're having in your dorm. And from there, there should be another step if it's not getting taken care of there. Maybe go to the student housing office and address any issues that you may have, but typically it's fine. Just socialize, open your door, talk to new people. Hey, what's your name? I'm such and such. I'm majoring in this. I'm doing this. I'm from this. They're not gonna bite you. This one was a shocker to me. I felt like I must have been in jail and not college. And that was, I started out in a traditional dorm room. So we had one big dorm on the hall for everybody, like not one big dorm, one big restroom for everybody on the hall, right? So it was only like a few showers, and then the stalls, you know, everybody had to go in there and use the restroom together, including like number 2, and it's just like was real weird, and it's just like, oh boy, you brush your teeth in there, and I can't watch other people brush their teeth. I can't hear the hack. I mean, it just really makes me nauseated. So it's like, oh boy, nobody told me this. So just be prepared. Not everyone is in a traditional dorm room, but just know that may be an option, especially for freshmen. They typically don't get the best choice of dorm rooms. Again, that is dependent upon your college. You may have your own apartment. Some colleges require all freshmen to live in the dorm room. And here's a bonus. Some colleges require all freshmen to not have their vehicle. So they cannot bring a car to school. And I'm going to tell you this, I'm glad. Because when I was at the UA, that's the University of Alabama, freshmen couldn't drive very well. I mean, they were just hitting people. They were doing all kind of reckless stuff. I said, my Lord, they need to do better. So I'm glad freshmen cannot have their car. I'm telling you, that's good. Another thing is, I wish that I'd known that to be inclusive within my community and on my college campus, in my community, which is Tuscaloosa, Alabama, is where the University of Alabama is. Just get involved on the campus and outside of the campus, because there is such a great need in our communities to serve. And what better way to give back, and also you also grow your network. Networking is key. That's a common theme throughout your entire life in the world of work. You need to start establishing that network now in college. Now, start building and establishing that network. If your professor, this is a bonus, if your professor has any type of extra opportunities for you to do research or anything like that, jump on it. Jump on it. It's only going to help you. Jump on it. I'm telling you, develop a good relationship with each and every one of your professors. Please do. Sit near the front of the class if you have a physical class. Ask questions. Be engaging. They like that kind of stuff. They remember that kind of stuff. Because another thing that you're going to need after you graduate, you're probably going to need a letter of recommendation, either to go to graduate school, or you may need a reference letter for employment. So if you build these relationships with your professors, they can potentially write those letters for you. Keep that in mind. That's one I didn't know. I'm like, I don't know these people. I don't talk to them. I'm telling you, I'm looking back on this stuff, and I wish I had known this. So I just want to share it with you. Just to piggyback off of that, that last one I just told you about, the professors are not going to baby you. They're not going to treat you like you got treated in high school. You know, they got these different apps and things that can message your parents in high school. Hey, such and such ain't turning their work. They're not doing this. Your parents get on to you. College, they're not doing that. You're an adult, and you're going to take responsibility. So make sure you're doing your assignments, you're engaged, you're doing what you're supposed to do in the classroom, because you don't want to, you know, upset your parents. You don't want to upset yourself. So just make sure you just know that they're not going to go call mom and daddy and say you're not showing up to class or you're not turning your work in. Everything falls on you. You are an adult. Here's the last one. I'm one of those people where I just didn't really go home a lot, only on the holidays anyway. But we had people that went home every weekend. And if you do that, let me just back up. College is already a humongous transition. That's a humongous transition period in your life to leave high school into adulthood. So you're going right into college, and it's a lot to deal with. Just do yourself a favor and not go home every weekend. Go home for the holidays. Give people a chance to miss you. Give yourself a chance to miss them, and develop those new relationships with your peers at college. I hope that you have enjoyed this video. If you have, go ahead and hit the like, subscribe, comment. I want to hear. How was your freshman year in college? If you have already attended college, what are some things that you wish you had known? And if you have not attended college, then what do you think? Are you ready to go off? Has this helped you in any way? Do you have any questions about college? Let me know. Comment below. Like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you, and I will see you on Saturday for my travel-related video, and on Tuesday for any career type videos. Follow your girl, subscribe to your girl. I'm on Instagram, I'm on Facebook, I'm on all that jazz, y'all. Bye.